Hi, I'm Chris.
I'm Tammy.
I'm Cole.
And I'm Allison. Welcome to our home.
Today we're going to talk about Disney pins and how to display them, how to carry them to the park, that sort of thing. And we're going to tell you guys what our favorite is and what we think works the best. Okay, so first of all, we have a major common way that we display pins, and that is just like the board behind us. In our home, we display them on boards like these. We have several different ones of these boards. This just happens to be one that is predominantly Mickey Mouse. If I ever get the time to sit down and take them out, the last trip I probably got enough to finish that board out. So at some point I'm going to fill it on up with Mickey. But our other boards are kind of mixed matched in it. At the start we had just one or two things on the board, one or two little sections for each one of us, and it was one or two boards. But then pins become a problem. You collect way too many and you end up with way more than you can display oftentimes. And so we start displaying them in other ways. We have a board each. I think each of us, they all have boards in their room. I have a board down here, and we still have pins that are extra beyond those boards. And so we've turned to alternative means of doing that. Now I've got some pin sample packets here that we have. We're going to put these on our website for sale. That's at www.managingmickey.com. And 5 pins in a pack at Disney. They're $27.99. I think we're going to sell them for about $18, the $17.99 range. And then you guys can pick those up at a discounted rate. These are still brand new in the pack, never opened. And so I have a handful of different ones. And so that's oftentimes how we do our pins, is we'll buy these sets of 5, and that there's 5 pins in each pack, and that's a good little set to start trading with in the park. And so then you've got the pins, and you don't want to carry them around in your fanny pack. We've done that, and people don't like it when they're scratched up if they're trading. Yeah. I don't like to get scratched up, beat up pins. Do any of y'all? Or broken pins, which oftentimes happens in the park. What we've figured out is we started putting them in little Ziploc bags. Man, then you're in and out of them Ziploc bags. They tear up real easy, and so we've come up with several ways. I think one of the first things we did was we had gotten some pin books from Disney. And you think, man, pin books from Disney, it's going to work out great. Not so much. Their pin books are not always the best design. Would y'all agree?
Yeah. I mean, some of them are good, kind of like this one.
Cole has one here in his lap. We bought this one. It was an older pin book that we got offline, and it has different storage areas. But it's kind of cumbersome, hard to deal with.
It really is.
But the backpack feature is what you really like, right?
Yes, definitely.
Well, we don't have a backpack like that so much, but similarly, we took VHS tape and made a backpack style VHS tape for, it looks a lot better on a kid than it does an adult, but there they are, Disney pins displayed in a VHS, and they can wear it just like a backpack.
That's pretty much what this backpack too. If you see an adult with that, you're going to
That's true.
Very weirdly.
It is true. That backpack is a little small for an adult. Thank you, Allison. But this works great for a kid, and it's an easy craft to do. And
this one is Pirates of the Caribbean, but you could do any of your favorite Disney movies and easily insert that into this case. So, and you could change it. I mean, you could potentially even. No, you could. I don't guess.
On these, you can't do it as easy, but you could change it out. You would just have to take that off. I glue the movie case in here because it's open on both ends and it's hard to get it to stay if you don't.
But these you could change out.
These you can change out because they're only open on the bottom. Only open on the top. And those are also pin cases.
And these are, we made these into purses. Cinderella is my favorite character. So we did a Cinderella case for me, but like we said earlier, you could easily just slide these out and put a different character, different type of character into the case.
All right, the second thing we did is we got past the pen backpack thing and we bought some pen books, and those pen books are like $50 a piece. And so I came up with an idea. I had ran across some yoga mat for sale and I just started playing around with it. It was on clearance at Walmart, and after several attempts and several different tries, I came up with building your own pen book. This is just a 3-ring binder we bought at Walmart for $5, and then we have on the inside cut out of yoga mat with these called grommets or rivets, and we put those in to sturdy it up so it didn't fall out, and we have our own pen books this way with felt in between, and it allows your pens to stay real nice and neat and not get damaged. And this is good thick material and it works out really well. That has held up way past any Disney pen book I've ever purchased and took into the park. We've taken these to the park.
The Disney pen books, I know I have several, and some of them you have to peel apart the centers and you just go in and stick your pins in, and when you're trying to, if you stick them in at the bottom, you're scraping your hand because all the pins are scraping the bottom of your hand. They're hard to get in. Sometimes
it's easier for me.
Their backs want to pop off, and so you kind of have that issue, and with that you just kind of open your page up and you can go to the page you want.
Me and her have one of those, and it's easier for me to get into it because my hands are a lot smaller.
And it's a lot better for, if you know about the pen tables in Epcot, this is excellent for that because you just pull it out and it's there. And if you have any extra little pieces of yoga mat, you can put that out as maybe a board where you can trade whatever you want on it.
Yep. So the next thing we did was on our last trip, Cole and I decided we wanted to have ears. Like the girls always make headband ears, and we don't want headband ears. So I had ran across at a resale shop, these were old ears that were music ears with the plastic ears. And so what I did is took this BB-8, and he was a ornament for a Christmas ornament from Hallmark. And we covered the emblem up here for the music with him, and then we covered with those same with tiles that were foam, we covered the ears and put, with the cork, sorry, and then we put the cork looking ribbon, ribbon. And these work out pretty well. Well, you try it on. I don't know why I'm trying to put it on you. And so these work fairly well. We wore them on our last vacation a little bit. Yeah, it's got a few on it.
And they really do hold up. Like, I was afraid during pretty much the entire trip that they would eventually fall out, but
they
didn't fall out at all. They didn't even slip.
Just don't grab it and let go.
Oh.
That happened to Cole once, and that hurts real bad. So anyhow, this works out pretty well, and it's a neat looking craft when you're done. If you wanted ears.
Now this version that my dad's about to show is my favorite looking version.
This is my
These are
favorite
like
version.
tablets, and you fill them
It's a tablet cover.
with the yoga mat, and then the cork. And then, if you want, you can display them like this.
It's my favorite looking tablet.
And we got some Mickey Mouse.
I mean, a pen holder.
Some of the drawbacks are it doesn't hold quite as many pens as like your pen book would, but it would be a great way to organize sets if you were going to organize yours in sets, or a simple way to maybe just put some traders on it and then just pop that out, and you could say, oh well, these are all of my traders.
It holds about 15.
Yeah. Depending on the size, like this one is a larger case.
These are 8-inch right here.
Yeah.
And that's, I think, a 10-inch.
Yeah.
So I don't have very many in it, but they're large pens. I think that one will hold, I think I filled it up one day. I think I held about 30 pens, but they were all smaller pens. These are great to carry into the park for trading. If you were going to go to those Epcot tables and try and trade with all those people who search over everything, probably not the way to do it unless you're going to take 2 or 3 of these. Which is what I would do over a pen book, because pen books drive me crazy. Because people start splitting through your pens and clanking them together, and it's just not fun.
And honestly, these are a lot nicer and easier to carry. I mean,
They're smaller.
This is probably the lightest one I've ever held, which is a really good
pretty light
thing
And now we have,
And another good thing about it, also, say real quick, is that during security, all they have to do is open one page.
He's right. That's a good point.
they look through this whole book, and it takes up so much time.
They
You're
look
right.
through all the pockets and everything.
So one of the things I like about, or one of the things I want to mention is that these pen books right here, we have a video coming out very soon for, or if it's not already out when this airs. And then we have a video about how to make these VHS tape videos, purses. And if you don't want the purse, you can stop a little prior to that. And so those are ways that you can make these for yourself. We have videos, and Cole makes our videos, puts them all together. So he'll put that in the link, right?
Yeah.
And so,
Probably be up in the iCard, either there or there.
okay. And so he'll take care of that for you guys, and you guys can click there and be able to check those out. And so I think on these, you can build them yourself for about $8 a piece. The thing costs $6 new. I bought them off eBay, $6 shipping included.
Very cheap.
So that's pretty cheap. These here, I think I spent more like $12 on these books. These VHS tape pieces, I think I've got about $5 each in those, maybe $6 if you're doing the chain. This one, I think there's about $3 in because I just made it out of some bungee strap I already had here at the house. And the ears, they cost me about the same, about $5 or $6 because I bought the ears for like $1.99 at a resale shop. So if you liked our videos, please like, comment, and subscribe down below. Hit the bell notification if you want updates on new videos we put out.
Check out our website, www.manandjamika.com.
And until next time,
From our house to yours.